What is up, my friends? Man, glad to be back. I'm glad that you guys are back joining me again to talk about some movies. Thanks for stopping by. I am super excited today because today we get to talk about one of my most anticipated films of the year. Came out last night. I was there at 7 o'clock. Alien Romulus, directed by Fede Alvarez. Guys, the hype is real. This movie is awesome. Let me start out by saying, I've seen a lot of people saying, it's nothing but fan service. It's a bunch of stuff taken from all the other Alien movies and they just shut up. No, it's not. It's not. Yes, there's fan service. There's a ton of fan service. There's so much fan service they even show Reeboks that Ellen was wearing in Aliens. I mean, there's fan service, but it's all used to progress the story, to add an extra layer of mythos, of legend to the xenomorph universe, right? I want to tell you guys all about the film, and sadly I'm not going to be able to because there's a lot there's a lot of ground to cover, a lot to take in, and a lot of it would probably be spoilers. So I'm going to give us just kind of a basic rundown. I may do another review later on that is full of spoilers or whatever, but since it just came out last night, I'm not going to get crazy. But just know that the fan service, as much as people want to piss and moan about it, is used in an imaginative and the perfect way to use fan service, to use it to progress an ongoing story. You know, we have our opening scene is fan service, but it's fan service that sets the freaking tone, if you know what I mean. It sets the tone for the movie. You're like, oh, so there are going to be some other Alien stuff in here from the other movies. There's going to be some nods. There's going to be some homages. There's going to be things like that. So buckle in and get ready for that. Again, it's not useless fan service. I don't care what anybody says. It's not useless. The fan service that we get, the nods and the homages, like I said, they help to progress the story that we are watching. They're not just soulless callbacks to the other films. It's not just like, oh, hey, there's this thing from Aliens, and hey, there's this from Alien Resurrection, and hey, there's this little ditty over here from the first Alien. No, it's not like that. There are things that, oh, that's from Alien. But that also is a common thing for the xenomorphs to do. Or that's from Alien and that makes sense because that was in Alien. Or even better, this is what I like, guys. And this is a little spoiler I'm going to give you. It's not a killer. It's not going to kill the movie. But I've seen people always complain. Maybe not always, but I've seen people complain we never really get to see the life cycle of the xenomorph, right? We've seen Facehugger, we've seen Chestburster, and then we've seen Big Chap, right? We've seen the full-grown xenomorph, but we've never seen the in-between between the little snakehead thing and the Big Chap. Well, in this film, they show us that process. Cool. That adds something to the lore, the mythos of the creature, right? And then I've seen people saying that, oh, it's the cast is too young. There's no real story. There's no plot. And I firmly disagree with that as well. Yes, our cast is young. But our cast is also teenage indentured servants to Weyland Yutani who are trying to get the hell out of their mining contracts so they can go see the sun on a different planet. Okay? I mean, yes, they're young, but their story is the plight of many. You know what I'm saying? People that are held against their will, trying to get out from underneath the yoke of their oppressor. And that's what these kids are doing. Okay? So then they go to where they're going to start the story. So yes, they're young. Yes, they're teenagers. But it's not that there's no plot going on. The fan service helps to progress the plot. We get on Romulus, okay? I'm pretty sure everybody by now knows that Romulus is a space station. So they're on Romulus, and it's, you know, they're doing their thing. The only thing that I will say about the story is there's not a lot of character development. Our characters are pretty surface level, right? I mean, you got your butthole guy who just wants to pick fights with everybody. You got your main character. You've got your main character and the love interest. You just got all these like kind of archetypal trope characters, which is fine. That's not a big deal, right? I mean, in essence, it's supposed to be a horror movie. So that's not a big deal. We've got all these archetypal characters and stuff, but there are two characters that stand out, Andy and Rain. Rain is our main character, played by Kaylee Spaney, and she, if you don't know who she is, she was in my favorite movie of the year so far, Civil War. She was in that. She played the young photojournalist that follows Kirsten Dunst around, and it has David Johnson, and he's Andy. He's a artificial person, as they like to be called. He is basically the Ash or the Bishop of Romulus, and I liked him. I thought that dude was a spot-on actor because he's kind of a defective droid, right? He's a defective android, so he's he almost seems handicapped, like mentally handicapped when you first meet him. And so his ability to go from moderately mentally handicapped looking and sounding and acting to concise, well-spoken droid when he gets some things happen later on. Like, his ability to switch back and forth between that was stellar. He was my favorite character of the whole movie. I loved Andy. I thought he was great. And now, how does this movie, how does it fit into the Alien universe as a whole? The reason that I loved this movie as much as I did is because it does not necessarily connect to Ellen Ripley's story. Much like Prometheus and Alien Covenant weren't directly tied to Ellen Ripley's story. To me, those films were their own separate stories set in the Alien universe. And that's a lot of what this film is. It is its own separate story set inside the Alien universe, and just to make sure that it is, I'm trying to think of the word here, but to make sure that it's all coherent, that it makes sense in the Alien universe, it uses the fan service as callbacks to say, hey, this has happened before. I mean, because this movie takes place 20 years after Alien, after the first Alien from 1977 or whatever it was, 79, whatever the year it was. So this takes place 20 years after the first Alien. So any kind of mentions or notable mentions or references to things that have happened in the first Alien film were awesome because they progressed this independent story. Okay, that's, like I said, that's why I love this, is because it's in the Alien universe, but it doesn't connect to Alien Ripley. But Alien Ripley, I mean, she becomes that in Alien Resurrection, right? Ellen Ripley. So it doesn't connect to Ellen Ripley like a straight line. It gives you little things like, okay, this is what's happened, so far, and this is what these people know about it, and I just love that. To me, it felt like, I mean, there have been many, many Alien comic books, Alien novels, Alien video games, things like that. There have been so many of those, and I've read so many, played so many, that to me, it felt like I was watching one of those novels or comic books come to life in live action, and that was awesome. That was fantastic, and that's what sealed the deal for me, is I never felt like, oh, this is contrived, or this is just being forced down our throats. There was no, like, agendas, there was no, PC wokeness. It was just a solid, good sci-fi horror film that, God bless Fede Alvarez's heart, he made it fit. He made it fit in the Alien universe, and I'm gonna go as far as to say that this is the Rogue One of the Alien franchise. Because what this does between Alien and Aliens is it gives us a little bit more information after Alien and sets us up nice for Aliens. You know what I'm saying? So it gives us, it's a good bridge the gap movie. And I think that's what they were really going for with Prometheus and Covenant and all that. But Ridley Scott has this weird hard-on for AI and androids and all that, and he lost his focus. He lost his focus. Fede Alvarez refocused and focused it back on the xenomorphs, back on that space horror, and gave us something absolutely freaking special, guys. Like what Prey did for the Predator franchise, Alien Romulus, I guarantee will do for the Alien franchise. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I feel like there's more we could talk about, but I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I feel what I've already said might be too much. Hopefully not. Hopefully nobody's like, you're spoiling that. But, you know, I'm trying not to. Guys, this is a must-see. If you can see this in XD and you're a fan of the Alien franchise, get out there and see it. Get out there and see it because it is worth your theater currency. It is worth it, guys. Dig in your coin pouch, plop down your silver pieces, and get your butt in those seats because it's awesome. I'm going to give Alien Romulus 4.5 out of 5 star, guys, because there's only a couple things in there that I was like, I could do without that. And that's the only thing that kept it from getting 5 stars. Other than that, it's a must-see. Get your butts to the theater. By all means, support this film. And man, guys, that's it for Alien Romulus. Thank you so much for watching the reviews. If you like my reviews, please like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. And guys, I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. Peace out, my friends. God bless. And this is Chris, the last survivor of Cinema Dolce 56, signing off.